Call County Commission to order for our regular meeting. I'll ask our chaplain, if he would, if he leads us in our prayer. Stand and why don't you do our pledge after?
I'm sorry. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight thankful for the opportunity we have. Albeit sometimes flustered and as I am right now, and just overwhelmed, Father, we are still thankful for the opportunities that you have presented us with. For the country in which we live. Be with each of us and help us to debate issues passionately, but at the end of the day, devote our lives to glorifying your kingdom. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Quickly, any citizen, if you didn't get a chance to submit your citizen input form. Commissioners, if you will log in on your roll call device. Everybody logged in? He's coming. All right, we have 19 present. I forgot during work session that it's Marcus Reed's birthday this month, and somebody said, Catherine, it's your birthday today, and you brought cake, cupcakes for everyone.
No, but I'm hoping everybody votes for the tether law.
Okay.
That would make my birthday.
That's your birthday wish, okay. The first item on the agenda tonight is election of commission officer. First officer available is the chair. The floor is open for nominations. Mr.
I nominate Mark Potts for chairman.
Second. Other nominations? Hearing none.
Move nomination cease.
Motion to cease.
Second.
Second. All in favor of electing Mark Potts chair by acclamation, vote yes.
Like we got an amendment in here. There we go.
Got it. Thank you, I think. Next person is Pro Tem. Floor is open for nominations.
I nominate Todd Kesterson.
Second.
Motion nominated second. Any other nominations?
Move nomination cease to elect by acclamation.
A motion by acclamation. We have a second.
Second.
Second. All in favor, vote yes. Frank's typing as fast as he can. You may vote. Mr. Kesterson, you elected to Pro Tem. Nomination for parliamentarian.
I
Mr.
nominate
Solomon.
John Neal Scarlett.
Second.
Motion and second. Other nominations?
Move nomination cease.
Third.
We have a motion and a second to cease nominations. All in favor of Mr. Scarlett, parliamentarian, vote yes. You're still elected.
You're gonna trick me once. Probably gets harder every time.
Next officer is chaplain. Nominations for chaplain, Mr. Carmichael.
I'd like to nominate that tore all the pieces, Steve Douglas.
After the mess I made up.
Mr. Douglas is nominated for chaplain. Do we have
Second.
second by Paul? Other nominations? All in favor of our chaplain continue, vote yes. Next item is approval of the agenda. We need to, if possible, if we could get a motion to suspend the rules. We have a couple of items that need to be added to the agenda and voted on. Mr. Parliamentary, would that be in order to do that at this time?
Yes, sir, you probably need to tell them what you're wanting to suspend forward.
Two items, baby safe, Mr. Potts, two items, correct?
Yes.
Baby safe grant and a budget amendment in regard to the library. That's something we omitted in our budgetary process.
Mr. Mayor, may I speak? I may have that in the wrong place on the agenda. I had it underneath up here earlier in the agenda instead of under new business. Underlined and under new business.
That'll be fine.
Okay.
So these are, if we could suspend the rules to add these to the agenda, a motion would be in order to suspend the rules and approve the agenda as amended. Mr. Scarlett.
I think you've already got a motion.
Motion by Mr. Solomon, second by Mr. Carmichael. Discussion. All in favor of suspending the rules and approving the agenda as printed, vote yes. Agenda is approved. You have a copy. Okay, now we need to approve the agenda as we have suspended the rules and the items are added. So a motion to approve the agenda as presented now would be in order. Mr. Solomon, second by Mr. Bales. Discussion, amendments. Vote yes if you're in favor of the agenda as presented. Agenda is approved. Commissioners, you have had a copy of the minutes printed before you. A motion to approve the minutes as presented will be in order. We have a motion by Mr. Coleman, second by Mr. Solomon. Any amendments or discussion about the minutes? Hearing none, please vote yes if you approve the minutes, no if you don't. Minutes are approved. Next item is appearance of citizens, and I have two requests tonight. Roger Cameron. Mr. Cameron, you come to the podium. There you are.
Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, appreciate the opportunity to speak with you. I'm just here, I was here at the meeting last Monday night, don't get much chance to have input into our government, so I appreciate the opportunity. Just want to reiterate basically what I stated last Monday. I'm in opposition to purchasing building across the road from us here. 1222, I believe, is the address on Gay Street. Several reasons, but basically I don't think it's in the county's best interest. And as a taxpayer, I object to it. Did just a quick search on the internet last night. Came up with 18 sales of property in and around the downtown area. Nothing touches that as far as price per square foot. Roughly comes out to about $125 a square foot. I know it's expensive to build, been in the real estate business the last 40 years, more or less. In addition to that, over the next 10 years, you're going to be taking about $100,000 almost out of the tax stream. Currently, that's what that building's paying. It'll be taken out away from out of our budget money. Once again, there's no parking there. I think there's other choices around there. There's 2 or 3 other buildings for sale right now. Since bidding has been on that, prices have been raised accordingly, but there's the old doctor's office over here. Has about 20 or 25 parking spaces along with it. I just called them a little while ago. They're asking roughly the same amount of money. It's not much difference in the size. I know it's cut up inside. It would require some adjustment, but I think with a little bit of negotiation, maybe you could do something with it. Prior to bidding on this one, the price was considerably less. And there's some other buildings and property around here, but basically I just think maybe you need to reconsider, you know, spending our taxpayers' money on something that has no parking. Been in town, there's a shortage of parking here, and that's good. The merchants need the space rather than being competing against their government for the parking space. And I just, even if you follow through, I wish that you'd reconsider, at least table it tonight or something, and get a chance to discuss this and look a little further. Close to $1 million, that's a lot of money. And I just, like I said, I object to it as a citizen, as a taxpayer. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell. Karen Collins. Ma'am, if you'll give us your address, please.
1894 Longview Lane, Danvers. Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, my request and concern is related to the rezoning of the property at the intersection of Highway 2570 and Oak Lake Road. I've lived just off of Spring Creek Road for about 20 years, and I've seen a lot of growth, positive growth, and a lot of additional traffic on Highway 2570. And that intersection at Highway 2570 and State Road 113 over the way there, it's kind of a tricky intersection to navigate, and there's already a lot of traffic there. With the Family Dollar that's going in on Highway 113 and the proposed Dollar General, if this property is rezoned from A1 to C2, that's going in, would increase the traffic there at that intersection. And in the summer, most of you know, we have a lot of folks going through there with trailers, boats, you know, things that are a little longer than some people who are unfamiliar with that intersection might expect to be going through there. Just a little bit tricky, and you have to look over your shoulder. If you're driven through there, you kind of know it's a little bit of a different intersection. What I would like to see is that an impact traffic study be requested, ideally before the property is rezoned, and certainly before the permit for the driveway would be granted for the Dollar General store. Thank you.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is approval of notaries and bonds from Mr. Herman's office. Motion to approve will be in order. Have a motion by Mr. Collins, second by Mr. Ketcherson. Any discussion? All in favor of approval of these folks, notaries and bonds, vote yes. Opposed, vote no. These people are approved. Next item is reports from elected officials, department heads, and other officials. If we could try to expedite time here just a little bit. Board of Health is recommended from their respective agencies. If we could take that as a whole on all four. Sorry,
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to move that we take all of your appointments together.
Second.
All the way down to group 2, 6, or BI, or whatever Roman numeral are.
So we,
All of 2, down to number Down to other elected officials, all of them, to reappointment volleyball, all of your appointments.
How about this? How about if I present all my appointments at one time for you, and we won't have to take action? Does that work? Either way. So, we're talking about the Board of Health, which is recommended by their respective agency. And you have a list of mayoral appointments. A lot of those are reappointments. And those were given to you for the work session. So, this is the entirety of the mayoral appointments and the health board. So, a motion to approve these as one slate would be in order. A motion by Mr. Solomon, second by Katie Huffaker. All in favor of approving these appointments, vote yes. Opposed, vote no. They are approved. Next item, Dr. Johnson, you have some comments from school. I didn't get this time, I'll have you know.
First of all, thank you. Just one moment, I know everybody's time is precious. Two things. We have a work session scheduled for this Thursday. That has been canceled. We're going to reschedule that. That was to hear the results of needs assessment, but I met with the group last Friday, and there was some confusion on what all they were expected to bring and those things. So we're going to take our time. We want the information that you get and our school board gets to be accurate. And I talked to the board chair today, and we thought it's best to cancel that. We'll get that rescheduled and let you know about that. Number two, next Friday, I'll get you a formal invitation to this. Next Friday, September the 27th at 2:30 at the high school. We will be, and you all are a large part of this, we're going to be having an official dedication ceremony for a welding program. And that'll be at 2:30 at the high school. And joining us in attendance that day will be Governor Bill Lee. So that's, we waited on his schedule. We invited the governor along with the Commissioner of Education. Commissioner's not going to be able to be there, but some reps from TDOE, possibly in the Knoxville office or others will be there. But we, you know, obviously, he asked what time we were doing that, and we said, what time are you coming? And he said, 2:30 Friday, and I said, that's what time we're doing that. So that's how that went. So he'll be joining us for that. We'll get you all formal invitations. Honorable Mayor, you'll be invited as well, and our other state officials and other city officials as well. So we'll let everybody know about that. I just wanted to get you that information. We're still, that confirmation came in late Friday with some follow-up today, so I wanted to make sure we gave that information as quickly as we could.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next item is financial reports. Mr. Potts, there's two under this section, the Baby Safe Grant. If you could give us just a little bit of information about that.
Yes, the Baby Safe Grant is just an item for information. My understanding is you don't need to take a vote on this yet. Been working with Judge Roach, and there's a grant in the state of Tennessee he's applying for. It's a $300,000 grant, $100,000 per year, and it's basically to take care of babies during trials, so it's not disruptive and place for a person to take care of. So we'll be coming back with a budget amendment if we get approved for that. This looks pretty good, but I don't think there's any action required now. I just didn't want to catch you off guard. The second one, though, is a new item. This past Friday, we discovered on the library budget that we had omitted one line item for $6,294. And the libraries, they have a maintenance of effort situation, and we cannot reduce their budget from year to year. This puts it back in and puts them at last year's budget level. So I would ask, I don't know if we need to take a vote now or during the budget section of it, but I would
Let's
ask.
go ahead and handle that now since we have that on the agenda there.
So, and I handed out a copy of that. It's just 2 lines there.
So a motion to approve General Fund 101 would be in order. Mr. Scarlett, second by Mr. Bales. All in favor, discussion, or amendment? Hearing none, all in favor of amendment number 5, vote yes. No if you're opposed. Amendment is approved. Thank you, Mr. Carter. Nominating committee appointments, you'll find in your packet. We can vote on all these.
Unless somebody has anybody else to nominate on any of these committees, and I suggest we take them all at once.
Hearing no objection, this is coming from nominating committee, needs no second. All in favor of these appointments as presented by the nominating committee, please vote yes. If you oppose, vote no. They are approved. Next item is Chamber of Commerce. Lauren Hurl gave you a report on the Hot Air Balloon Festival. There's a letter of support that comes from the Mayor and County Commission. A motion to approve and recommend that to the agency that's doing it would be in order. Have a motion by A.J. Walker, second by Tim Seals. Discussion. All in favor of approving this document, vote yes. Passes 18. Next item. Facilities Committee Chairman Katie Huffaker, motion to purchase the Schuler Building. Sir, second. Have a motion for Ron Coleman, second. Katie Huffaker. Discussion or amendments. Motion to amend, Mr. Carmichael.
Can I get the motion?
You got a motion and a second. We're on an amendment right now.
You won't
But we
read the
don't-
motion, what you
Yeah.
want to do.
Okay.
So, is that okay with you? Okay, the motion's to offer $925,000 plus associated closing costs.
You have to make sure your green light's on.
Okay, the motion is to offer $925,000 plus associated closing costs for the property located at 1222 Gay Street, Danvers, Tennessee. Financing would be a 4-year note using debt service fund at the direction of the finance director.
I'd like to have, I was hitting the right spot.
Oh, you want to
You
speak? Go
showing me
ahead.
as an emotion.
I-
I was wanting to amend.
You, yeah, I thought you had an amendment. Go ahead with your amendment.
Well, it's not showing it, so. I would like to amend the motion that's being presented from 925 to 800,000.
Motion to amend the motion from 925 to 800,000. We have a second.
I'll second it so we can discuss it.
Second by Mr. Douglas. Discussion.
Okay, I'll push the little button, I'm sorry. Mr. Prayer up, Mr. Second.
Well, we'll let you do the benediction too.
I do have a question on
Certainly. Go ahead.
that $800,000. Are we putting the elevator in, or is that with the elevator in?
My motion reads simple, $800,000, we take the building the way it is.
You don't fix the air conditioner on top of nothing
Just buy it the way it is.
for $800,000.
Just keep it real simple.
Discussion. We have an amendment on the floor to amend from a 925,000 to 800,000. Building as is. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I don't support the amendment, and I can give reasons why. The building's approximately 7,400 square feet, and somebody this weekend told me to look at the building construction. So I did research today, and finished residential building property per square feet runs $150 to $160 per square foot. But for commercial buildings, which I wasn't even thinking about as commercial until I called a few people, commercial buildings per square feet run approximately $200 per square feet. But this building has poured concrete with metal decking for the floors, and the building's made out of steel, concrete, cinder block, and masonry. And I'm not including all the finishings they added to the building, but just the basic construction of the building, it would run around $225 per square feet, which would be approximately $1.6 million. What we're offering to pay is $125 per square foot, and I'm not even, that's just if I go off of the building being 7,400 square feet finished, and I'm not even including the basement, which is 1,000 square feet. It's controlled, and it has a vault door. So I'm not gonna support the amendment.
So we have someone who's spoken against the amendment. Anyone want to speak in favor of the amendment? Do you want to close it?
Sure.
Hold
Nobody
on,
else
see
wants
if
to
anybody
speak,
else
I'll
wants. Mr. Dove?
The only thing I've got to say about it is, I don't dispute a whole lot of what Katie said that it would cost it. The problem I have with the whole thing is, you can't comp that building to get it to the number that is where we are. You can't comp that building and get it to 925, is my only comment. With that, I'll let Commissioner Carmichael close.
Nobody else wants to speak?
Yeah, I'd like to speak.
You're not allowed. You're out of order.
I was
Go ahead,
just going to
Mr.
try to
Carmichael.
help.
No problem.
The reason I made this amendment is talk to various real estate people, talk to a lot of people in the commercial building industry. And you know, that building's being taxed, is it not correct, at $705,000?
I'll come to you.
Okay. At $705,000 is what our tax revenue says that building's worth. I added $100,000 to it for what additions has been made to that building. There ain't no doubt it's a nice building, but you're landlocked the moment you buy it. It's a historic part of Danridge. That's the only reason why I made the motion to amend it, is the fact that Jefferson County can make use of it a little bit easier than anybody else can. But the point is, you got to buy it to where you can afford to make the changes that you want to make. And that's why I made the amendment to the motion, because we're paying too much money for it. Actually, you're paying too much at $800,000. I'd like to own it at $700,000. But if the market says it's worth $1 million, gentlemen probably need to sell it to somebody else, because I would vote to give that for it, because it's not a good deal for the taxpayers. Got a lot of phone calls about it. Spent the last 2 weeks talking about this building. And you know, I want to see historic Danridge stay the way it is. And that's what I want to see. But if we're not willing to ante up and pay a little extra to get something, but we can't go overboard. And that's my point. My point is, if you stop and look at the numbers, by the time you fix and change everything you're doing, you're back to 925. So that's what I'll support. I rest.
Thank you. Other comments? We're voting on the amendment. The amendment is to change the motion from 925 to 800,000. You may go ahead and vote yes if you're in favor of the amendment to lower to 800,000, or vote no if you're against it. Voting on the amendment. Amendment fails. 11-7. Okay, we're back to the original motion of 925. Can they request to speak? If you wish to speak, there's a request to speak button. Go ahead, Mr. Texton. I don't. There you go. Thank you.
Can I speak to Mr. Schuler?
Certainly. That would be in order.
Okay. Mr. Schuler, I've struggled back and forth with this building. I think it would be really nice for the county to have it. I've struggled with the price of the building. And I think it's probably been asked if you were firm on that price. And from my understanding, you are firm at 925. I just had a question. Is there any way that you could budge on any of that stuff as far as, I know you said that you'd come down to 925 and that would allow us to do the elevator. I know you said last week that you would take care of the air conditioning in the basement. Is there any possibility that you would consider the sealing, the resealing of the roof on that? I think we got an estimate somewhere around $9,400, what was it?
9,000, a little over 9,000.
$9,020. Is there any possibility that you would consider doing that?
Am I allowed to speak?
You are, yes, sir. He's asking you a direct question.
No, my wife, originally, she wanted $1 million, and she did something, I dropped to 575,000, and she thought I was supposed to drop it 50,000, but, you know, a few $1,000s to me don't mean that much one way or the other, but I know I spent $450,000 on the building, and I can show it to you on my income tax returns. That's finishes I spent on that building, but if it'll help you all, I will write my wife a check for $30,000 to just make up the difference. So, you can buy it for $900,000, I'll just write her a check for the difference. So you can buy the building for $900,000, I'll pay her the difference myself.
Thank you, Mr. Shue.
In other words, you can buy it for $900,000, I'll write her, I'll throw the rest in as a donation on my part.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Doe.
I've been on this commission 6 years now. We've been accused of making some poor business decisions, but there's a lot of times we've done the best with what we had to work with. And can we use the building? Is the building good for us? Yes. But I look at it like from a business standpoint. Sometimes something is worth a little bit more to somebody else than it is anybody else. I don't think there's a business, I don't think there's a private business that could give $900,000 to $1 million for that building and come out generating enough income for it in downtown Danvers. I'm sorry, I don't. I agree with Mr. Carmichael. It's useful to the county. It's good for the county. It's good for the town of Danvers. But I cannot support giving $900,000 for a building that I think would go for in the $500,000 to $600,000 range on the open market. I yield, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir. Motion to amend by Mr. Keston.
My motion to amend is to offer $900,000. That would just change Commissioner Huffaker's motion. The only thing I would be changing is the dollar amount to $900,000.
Have a motion to amend, second by Ms. Huffaker. Discussion. No one to speak. All in favor of amending the motion to $900,000, vote yes. If you're opposed to the amendment, vote no. Motion is amended to $900,000. We're back to the original motion, $900,000 for the purchase of the Schuler building. Amendment, discussion. Floor is open. Ms. Langley.
I speak in favor of the purchase of the building. Without a doubt, if any of us commissioners or citizens go into Frank's office, you know the situation over there. It's extremely crowded. They need more space. And I know parking is a premium across the street, but still within this area, we would have basically a city complex. And there's nowhere anywhere you want to park, you're still within walking distance of Frank's office, the finance office, the mayor's office, the school board. How often do we find a place coming available that meets those needs of space addition here and keeping it in this area? I can't imagine what else we would be considering.
Thank you. Anyone wish to speak against the motion as amended? Seeing none, all in favor of the motion as amended to 900,000, vote yes. If you're opposed to the motion, vote no. Motion fails, takes 11 votes to pass, 10-8. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is Public Service Committee. Mr. Carmichael, you have a resolution that your committee has been working on for some time.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We've run this thing through the mill 3 different times, and we would like to present the tethering ordinance. As you know, there was a group from the Jefferson County High School that come over with the idea of this, and I don't know if any of the children are in the crowd tonight, but we would like to make notice that they were the ones that originally come up with this idea, and that they were fed a question brought up about the when an animal is brought in, control goes to care. Care runs their own show. We have nothing to do with it. And I just wanted to clarify that. Appreciate everybody's support.
This comes from a committee, it needs no second. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor of approving Resolution 2019-08, vote yes. Opposed, vote no. Passes 16-2. Next item on the agenda. Resolution 2019-42. This is the bridge replacement on I-40. This is the right-of-way aspect of it. Have a motion by Mr. Carmichael. Have a second by Todd Ketcherson. Anyone wishing to speak? All in favor vote yes. Those vote no. Passes 18-0. Next item on the agenda is Resolution 2019-44. It's amending the zoning map of Jefferson County, rezoning requested property from A1 to C2. Motion by Mr. Solomon, second by Mr. Carmichael. Ms. Huffaker.
I'd just like to say for the record, I need to abstain with cause.
Ms. Huffaker will abstain with cause. Anyone wishing to speak? Seeing none, all in favor of this zoning change, vote yes. Those opposed, vote no. Zoning is approved, 15-1 with 2 abstaining. Next item is a resolution 2019-50. This is for local government participation in electronic monitoring indigency fund in Jefferson County. They have extended the deadline to November, and we were under that. So a motion to approve by Mr. Solomon, second by Marcus Reed. Discussion. All in favor, vote yes. Opposed, vote no. Passes 18-0. Resolution 2019-40. Coming from this budget or you? This is from Mr. Potts.
This is the funding on the radio.
On the radio. Capital outlay. Motion to approve would be in order. Mr. Solomon. Second by Mr. Seals. Discussion. All in favor, vote yes. Opposed, vote no. Passes 16-2. Next item. 2019-43. Tax levy resolution. Motion to approve. Whoa. I need a motion from the floor. We're going back up. All right. Try again. If at first we don't succeed. All right. Mr. Solomon, motion, second by Mr. Seals. All in favor vote yes. Opposed vote no. Passes 18-0. Next resolution, 2019-45, to declare a surplus and authorize EMS of Jefferson County surplus 11 Old Furno ambulance cots. Motion by Mr. Seals, second by Mr. Solomon. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of resolution 45, vote yes. Opposed, vote no. Passes 18-0. Resolution 2019-47. Declare a surplus and authorize Sheriff's Department, Jefferson County transfer equipment, 4 vehicles surplus, 2 vehicles each to Jefferson County High School and Jefferson County Highway Department. Motion by Mr. Solomon, second by Mr. Reed. No discussion. All in favor of approving this surplus, vote yes. Opposed, vote no. Passes 17-0, 1 abstain. 2019-48. This is to allow the sheriff to surplus and to donate equipment, 3 vehicles to be surplus, 1 to Carson University and 2 to Hancock County Sheriff's Department. Mr. Solomon motion, second by Mr. Carmichael. Go ahead and vote yes if you're in favor, no if you're opposed. Passes 17-0 with 1 opposed. 1 abstain, I'm sorry. Resolution 2019-49, surplus for the Sheriff's Department, Jefferson County, 5 vehicles to be surplus, 2 vehicles for auction, and 3 vehicles to be crushed. Motion by Mr. Solomon, second by Mr. Douglas. All in favor vote yes, opposed vote no. Passes 17 with 1 abstain. Next item on the agenda, number 5, Jefferson Park Administrator CEO Roger Minott, Resolution 2019-46. Motion to approve by Mr. Dockery, second by Mr. Seals. Discussion. All in favor vote yes, opposed vote no. Passes 18-0. Budget Committee Chairman, Mr. Scarlett, County General Fund 101 comes from the Budget Committee. Needs no second.
Yes, sir. Needs no second.
Needs no second. We probably will for the electronic, but all in favor of budget amendment number 3, vote yes. Opposed, vote no. Budget amendment passed 18-0. Highway Fund 131, budget amendment number 1. Needs no motion or second. All in favor, vote yes. Opposed, vote no. Passes 18-0. Capital Fund 171, budget amendment number 1. Needs no second. All in favor, vote yes. Opposed, vote no. Landfill Fund, budget amendment number 2. All in favor vote yes. Opposed vote no. Passes 18-0. General Fund 101, budget item number 4. All in favor yes. Opposed no. 18-0. School budget amendments. Mr. Scarlett, can we take these as a whole, or we need to vote individually on them?
School budget amendments you can take as a whole, they do not affect fund balance.
Thank you. Then we will vote on school budget amendments. 4 of them are Fund 141, 1 is Fund 143.
We gotta take 143 separate.
Okay.
Sorry, I did not see that.
First 4 are fund balance, Fund 141. It's budget amendment 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll be voting on those. In favor of these amendments, vote yes. Opposed, vote no. Passes 17 with 1 abstain. Food Service Fund 143, budget amendment 1. All in favor of Food Service Fund 143, vote yes. Opposed, vote no. Passes 18-0. You have in your packet your transition plan from Corey Shepherd. It needs no vote. It's authorized for county commissioners, just a presentation information to you. Announcements. I know you sat for your portrait for the county website. It is, quote, live now. We have dismantled the original site from 1792, and we now have the 2019 version. I think Mr. Hernan's going to. Hold on. Well, maybe. There you go. So if you can find that on your electronic device, there you go. Scroll down on that. There you go. See if you can pick yourself out.
Steve, you look good, huh?
Best I've looked in a long
We're interested in feedback as you look at the site. If you see something that needs to be changed, or you find a link that is not working, we need to know that so that we can fix it. So I appreciate everyone's time. I'd like to recognize Haley Hodges, who is with us tonight, who served in the mayor's office as a service learning student. And we're glad to see Haley back with us. She's in college now. We have reached the conclusion of our agenda. A motion to adjourn will be in order. Motion, and we have a second. Second. We are adjourned. Anyone opposed, you can stay.